Hi, this is Kylie Ludwig. I'm your Family Consumer Science Agent here in the Walcott Extension District in the Altamont office. This is the first year we're going to use Fair Entry Online to sign your children up for the fair. So I think the easiest way to do this, unless you have a fair book and you have the exact link, is if you just go to Google and you type Walcott Extension District in. That's the very first thing that pops up. So you're going to click on that. And then this is our webpage for our district. You're going to scroll down to County Fairs. So over here on the left-hand side of your screen, click on County Fairs. And you're going to scroll down here to Labette County Fair. And you're going to click that. Right here is a 4-H fair entry information. So the link to the fair is right here. And you're going to click on that. This is the home screen of our Labette County Fair. So this is our fair logo. Right here it tells you our welcome. If you want a link to the fair book, it's right here on the left hand side. Horse entry form is right here, and so is the rabbit and poultry form. What you're going to do is you're going to go over here to sign in with 4-H Online, and that's how you're going to start your registration to get your child signed up for the fair. So this screen pops up. We're going to type in your email. This is the same email that you use when you enroll your children for 4-H in the fall. And you're going to hit login. So this is your first page that's going to pop up after you've logged into the system. So you want to begin registration. If you have multiple kids, you're going to be repeating some steps, but that's okay. First thing you want to do is you want to register an individual. Your child is not in our fair entry system yet. The fair entry system and 4-H Online information is linked though. So whatever information you've put in 4-H Online, that's going to be linked here to your fair entry. So we click on individual and the child's name pops up. So you're going to click on your child, and then you're going to continue. So the very next screen that pops up, everyone has to answer this. So it tells you the following questions are specific to Department E, 4-H, and FFA animal entries. If you're not exhibiting any animals, please mark 0. You have to fill this page out in its entirety because you can't go on without doing that. So we're going to pretend like she's bringing 1 beef to the fair. Let's see, and she's going to bring a chicken. So we've got those 1s in there, but we have to go back and put 0 for the rest of them. You can see right here under each number, it says they're required. So you have to put a 0 in there. Whoops. If you mess up, it's okay, because right up, well, I'll show you in a minute. There'll be an edit button so you can fix those things where you mess up. Oops. Okay. If you would like to be stalled next to someone specific, please let us know. However, this does not guarantee that your request will be made. So you can type in this box if you have a special request with your animals. The superintendents are pretty good at working with people, but we can't please everyone. So don't be offended if your request isn't met. So continue. So right here, it tells me my questions are saved. You can look back up this entire list and we see that I have 1 poultry, and I have 1 beef. So maybe I changed my mind and I don't actually have a chicken, so I can go back in here and I just look for poultry again and I mark it down as 0 and then hit continue. And then you can tell that it reflects it right here in poultry. So we're showing 1 animal at the fair. The edit button's right here if you need to make that change. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you scroll back up to the top of the screen. And so this has all your home information here, but we're going to continue to entries. So we have our child right here, And we want to add an entry. So over here, you're going to click Add an Entry button. These here are your choices. For indoor exhibit hall, anything that's in that indoor exhibit is under this tab. The photo is just separated out, but it's also indoors. Crops is indoors. Your 4-H and FFA livestock, of course, is all at the barns. And then FFA is going to have to go in through here if they have anything in the exhibit hall, which is like ag mechanics. So let's do our beef first. So I'm going to select the E, 4-H, and FFA livestock. So she had a beef. We're going to just say it's a market animal. So we're going to click on that. So here it tells us what we've already picked. We picked the department and we would picked the division. So now we need to click on choose and see what shows up next. So these animals are going to show by weight this year. So you select that right here. You're going to click continue again. So our entry started. It tells you up here, your entry started. So now it tells us it's going to ask you what club you're in. I've seen where a couple of clubs pop up. So just make sure you click the club that they're enrolled in. So you click their club and you continue. So now we can see over here on the left-hand side that we've got our department, that we're in the beef, and they're going to show by weight, but we don't have our animal in here yet. So we need to add our animal. So she has one beef that she's taken to the fair. So she clicks on add an animal, and then this screen pops up, and you want to enter a new animal record. Now you got to put the animal type in there. Since we already clicked beef over here in our division, that's going to be your only option that pops up here in animal type. So we click beef market. So say you don't know your beginning weight, just put a 0. Whenever you nominated your animal, they took a record of that. Questions should be specific to the type of animal that you're bringing. I say that nomination was February 9th, so you'll click that. The birth date was last October 25th. You're not sure of the breed, so you could just put, let's see if that works, 0s. You don't have a registration number, put 0s. It's a female, and then your tag, you enter your tag number. So let's say the tag number is 234. So we're going to create this animal. So you have to fill out this information. If you don't put anything in there, well, to delete the registration number, it's going to tell you that information is required. So you've got to put stuff in those boxes. If you don't know the answer to something, go ahead and put 0 and we can fix it in the system later. So I've just added my animal. You can see over here on the left that it's the livestock department. It's the beef animal. They're going to show by weight. I've got my tag number in here and I answered all of the questions. So we're going to continue. So that's how you enter an animal in there. Some animals have more questions than others. You just make sure you're clicking through all the way. I can go back up here and check and see if that entry's in there. And it shows that we have an entry in there right now. It's entry 129. I've got the tag number over here. We know the department, the division, and the class. If you need to edit it, say you got your tag number wrong, click over here on edit and you can make those changes. So she has something else that she wants to enter. She has a board that she created at school over Kansas Day. And so she is going to go into the exhibit hall here, select that. Kansas Day probably wasn't a good example. Let's say it was a pet board. So she has a board on her pets. So she's going to select pets, and then she's going to choose pets. If you're not sure what the age is, you can see over here that it's 9 years old 4-H age. So 7 to 9 is a junior, so we're going to select junior. You have to select your class. Hit continue. You're going to have to pick your club again. Hit continue. And then say she just has, you remembered that you want to do beef showmanship, so you want to add another entry. So this is what pops up because that's the last thing you did. Just hit cancel, go back up here and click on entries. So you want to add another entry. This is going to take you back to all the choices. So back into livestock, beef showmanship. You're going to click on that, and you're going to choose that, and then you're going to have to pick your age again. So showmanship, she's 7 to 9, so she's going to show in showmanship. Hit continue, and then right up here it says your entry started, so you're not done yet, so you got to keep going. So we pick her club. All right, so we got that saved. So let's go back to entries and see that we have that information in there. So we've made 3 entries for her. And so you have one in the animals here. This shows that it's showmanship. This one here shows that she has a pet board in the exhibit hall. And this here shows that she's showing a beef. All right, so say that's all that we're going to do. Every entry, everything you're going to take to the fair has to have an entry. So you need to put that information in there. So we're going to continue to payment. You're going to hit continue. There's not a payment. You just have to hit continue. You can see up here that it's $0. Continue. Now I don't want to hit submit until I know that I'm finished. So if I wanted to log out of the system right now, I could do that and it wouldn't be a problem. I could go back in and everything that I just put in there is already going to be in the system. So let's say we hit submit here. I must agree to the terms. So there's some terms here that we've spelled out for you to make sure that you know these are the things that happen at our fair. So you have to agree to those terms. You hit submit, and it says thanks for participating. So let's say I want to go back and visit my dashboard because I want to make, maybe I forgot something. Your name pops up here in the corner. These are your approved records. So, and these are your completed invoices. So if you get back, I clicked back to the dashboard, remember, if you click back to this and it says 1 exhibitor and 0 entries, you did not complete the system far enough. You have to go back in there and go through each one of those clicks that I just showed you. So right now this person has it's 1 exhibitor and they have 3 entries. If I want to view those, I can click on view in detail. And then again, it shows up that I have a market beef, I'm doing beef showmanship, and I have a pets board. Right here, you can go back to the dashboard to look again. So that is the basics of how you're going to go through it and how you're able to check and make sure your entries are in there. A number of people have already enrolled in their exhibits, or the number of exhibitors are in the system, but it says that there's 0 entries. Once you hit submit, we have to approve that here at our office, and then you'll see that it's in the system, that it's live or active. We're going to wait a little bit to do that. If you hit submit and then you realize that you made some mistakes or you wanted to add a couple of more things, say maybe you're going to participate in foods, or you have a woodworking project, or you're going to take chickens to the fair, then you need to call us and we have to reject your entries, and then you have to go back in and re-enter your information. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call the office. We are working with everyone who calls us. We don't want anyone to be upset. We can help you the best that we can and make sure that you get everything in there. And if you make a mistake, that's okay. We can fix it. So don't stress about it. But we're at the office Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Some of you have my cell phone number. You can call that if you need to. But our office number is 620-784-5337. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call. Thanks.